Alright, let's talk about the camera that has the rumor mill absolutely buzzing. Forget incremental updates. If the leaks are even close to accurate, the Canon EOS R6 Mark III isn't just an upgrade, it's a whole new animal. For a long time now, the community has been asking for more better resolution, real-deal video features, and a smarter brain inside the camera. Well, it looks like Canon has been taking notes. Strong sources are pointing to some truly massive changes in the R6 Mark III that could completely shake up the market. We're talking about a potential jump in resolution that pushes it into a new league, high-powered autofocus that feels like it's one step ahead of you, and video specs that will make pro filmmakers do a double take. This isn't just another spec bump, it feels like a statement. So, let's break down what we're hearing about this new beast of a camera because you're going to want to hear this. The why Canon is answering the call. Before we get into the wild specs, let's talk about why this is even happening. The Canon EOS R6 Mark II is an amazing, incredibly popular camera. For a lot of people, it's pretty much the perfect hybrid shooter. So, why a Mark III that seems like such a huge leap? The answer is simple. Canon seems to be directly addressing the wish list that photographers and filmmakers have had for years. Even though the R6 Mark II is a workhorse, users have been vocal about what they want next. Photographers have been asking for more resolution so they can crop in, but without having to deal with the giant file sizes of the R5. Videographers wanted more serious, professional internal recording options without hitting a wall. And pretty much everyone wanted the pro-level speed of CAF cards. The R6 Mark III isn't just about fixing minor issues, it looks like a strategic move to give creatives the solutions they've been asking for. It's being positioned as the ultimate do-it-all tool for the serious hobbyist and working pro who needs one camera to handle everything, without major compromises. This is Canon's way of showing they're not just building cameras, they're building the tools their users are begging for. The heart of the beast, a brand new sensor. Let's get to the main event, the part everyone is debating, the sensor. For months, rumors were flying about a stacked sensor, but the latest, most credible leaks paint a different and arguably more interesting picture. The headline rumor is that the Canon EOS R6 Mark III will feature a brand new 30.3 megapixel full-frame CMOS sensor. Now, it's critical to note that sources indicate this will be a non-stacked sensor. Before you think that's a negative, just think about what that means. It provides a serious resolution bump over the Mark II's 24.2 megapixels, giving photographers that cropping freedom they've been wanting without the massive storage and processing headaches of the 45 megapixel R5. This is the kind of upgrade that portrait, wedding, and event photographers have been dreaming of. It gives you finer detail for big prints and that extra bit of post-production wiggle room that can totally save a shot. And just because it isn't stacked doesn't mean it's slow. Paired with a new processing engine, the readout speed is still expected to be incredibly fast, which should keep rolling shutter in check and easily keep up with the camera's insane burst shooting. This sensor choice, if true, makes a statement. It positions the R6 Mark III as the perfect, balanced camera for incredible quality and high performance. Lightning-fast performance, a new engine under the hood. A beast of a sensor needs a beast of a brain, and the R6 Mark III is rumored to be getting a serious one. The word is that it will be powered by dual DigicX processors, with a dedicated DIGIC accelerator on top. Think of it like having twin engines with a supercharger. This rumored combo is what's supposed to unlock the camera's real power. This isn't just about processing files faster, it's about making the camera smarter. This new engine is what would enable the next-gen AI autofocus, allowing for seriously complex subject tracking that learns and predicts. It's also what would handle the massive amount of data needed for internal 6K RAW video, something that would have been a pipe dream in a 6 series camera a few years ago. On top of that, all this processing power is directly tied to better heat management. One of the biggest fears for hybrid shooters is overheating. This new processor architecture is reportedly designed to be way more efficient, which should mean longer recording times without the camera tapping out. It's this combination of speed, smarts, and efficiency that could truly make the R6 Mark III a monster. A true hybrid powerhouse, game-changing video. This is where the R6 Mark III could become a legend. The leaked video specs aren't just an improvement, they're a total game changer that could push this camera right into the territory of professional cinema tools. Get ready for this list. The EOS 6 Mark III is rumored to support internal 6K RAW recording at up to 60 frames per second. Just let that sink in for a moment. On top of that, it's expected to offer 4000 video at up to 120 frames per second, likely oversampled from that 6K sensor for jaw-dropping sharpness. This is a colossal leap from the EOS 6 Mark II. For pro workflows, the camera is expected to include cinema RAW light recording, along with professional codecs. And for all the color graders out there, it will reportedly feature both C-Log 2 and C-Log 3, giving you maximum dynamic range to play with in post. This means you could get cinematic, gradable footage straight out of the camera, a feature that used to be reserved for much pricier cinema cameras. These rumored additions don't just make the EOS 6 Mark III a great hybrid camera, they make it a legit camera for indie filmmakers, YouTubers, and serious content creators. Autofocus that actually thinks. Canon's dual-pixel autofocus is already the stuff of legends, but the EOS 6 Mark III is apparently set to push it even further. Rumors suggest the camera will feature an advanced dual-pixel CMOS AF3 system, borrowing its DNA from the top-tier EOS R5 Mark II. It's probably not identical to the R3's flagship system, but the performance jump is expected to be massive. This new system is supposedly supercharged by those dual processors, enabling a whole new level of eye-based subject detection. We're moving beyond just recognizing an eye or a car. The system is reportedly being designed to predict movement. Imagine tracking a bird in flight. The camera doesn't just follow it. It anticipates where it's going next, keeping focus locked even if something briefly gets in the way. This kind of sticky and reliable autofocus would be a lifesaver for anyone shooting fast or unpredictable action. Whether you're a wedding photographer trying to nail that shot down the hall or a wildlife photographer tracking an animal, this intelligent AF would work like a second shooter, letting you focus on creativity instead of worrying about misfocus. Superhuman steadiness and a pro-level body. A camera this powerful needs a body that can handle it, and the EOS 6 Mark III is expected to deliver. First, thin body image stabilization. IBIS is rumored to be getting a major boost, supposedly offering up to 8.5 stops of shake correction with the right lens. That is basically superhuman steadiness. Think about being in a dimly lit church where you can't use a tripod. With 8.5 stops, you could potentially grab sharp handheld shots at a shutter speed of 1 full second. That's insane, and it lets you keep your ISO low for cleaner images. The build is also getting some pro-level upgrades. A huge one is the rumored move to dual card slots, one for a CAF Express Type B card and one for a UHS to SD card. This is a big deal. It gives you the blistering speed of CAF Express for clearing the buffer and recording high bitrate 6K RAW, plus the convenience and affordability of SD cards for everything else. Finally, the ergonomics are getting a little polish. The camera is expected to feature a new 3.2-inch vari-angle touchscreen with a new flippy tilt and flip mechanism for even more shooting flexibility, which is great for vloggers and getting creative angles. These aren't just small tweaks, they're thoughtful upgrades that make the camera a more professional tool. Market context and the big question: so, where does this rumored beast fit into the market? Well, if these specs hold up, it's poised to cause some trouble. When you put its rumored abilities up against competitors like the Sony A7 IV and the Panasonic Lumix S5e, the EOS 6 Mark III looks to pull ahead in a few key areas, especially with that next-level autofocus and its monster internal video options like 6K RAW. Even inside Canon's own world, the EOS 6 Mark III carves out a fascinating new spot. It's the obvious, massive step up for anyone with an EOS 6 Mark II. But it also creates a really interesting choice for people who were thinking about the R5 Mark II. With a 30.3 MP sensor, incredible video, and Pro AF, the EOS 6 Mark III might be more than enough camera for a ton of pros who don't absolutely need 45 megapixels. And that brings me to the big question I have for you. With specs this wild, do you think the Canon EOS R6 Mark III makes the more expensive R5 Mark II a much more niche, specialized camera? Could this be the new king of the hill for most hybrid shooters? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Look, if these rumors pan out, the Canon EOS R6 Mark III is shaping up to be more than an update, it's a statement. The three beastly features to keep in mind are the potential new 30.3 megapixel sensor hitting that sweet spot between resolution and file size, the absolutely game-changing internal 6K RAW and 4K 120p video, and an AI-powered autofocus system that promises to be scarily smart. Now, this is all based on very strong rumors, but it's not official until it's official. The picture they're painting, though, is of a camera ready to dominate its class. As for when we might see it, the most credible whispers are pointing to an announcement in late August or early September 2025, with cameras possibly shipping in December 2025, just in time for the holidays. If this all holds true, the Canon EOS R6 Mark III could very well be the most important camera release of the year. If you're as hyped about this camera as I am, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on. You won't want to miss our full, hands-on review the second this beast is officially set loose. We'll see you in the next one.